video is brought to you by the letters Z and Q and X. Maybe W. No eternal reward will forgive us now for wasting the dawn. And it dawns on me that anything of a trajectory from your dawn of life yields the life that you're in, that you're subscribed to. I don't know. Teaches people to be better to themselves, I think. Anyway, Objecta 99, because that's what he's being called by me, is Objecta. So Object A brings up a Lacanian perspective as to what the big I is, the big object, the big eye in the sky, the big concept of things, the big A and the little a, the capital A and the lowercase a. And that the capital A is the eye, is the big eye in the sky, the all-seeing eye. And the lowercase a is what other fellow humans see, what the others see. And there seems as if there's a spiritual debt to the capital letter I or A. No eternal reward will forgive us now for wasting the dawn. Yeah. This need to always try to be in the present is somewhat peculiar. Instead of imagining and remembering things of your past. Anyway, so the big A, the capital A, the God's eye view is an indebted view in my world, that I've taken more than I've given. And it's like the giving tree. It's like the giving tree, the book. A tree that keeps on giving. And it doesn't stop giving. And you got the next, and then the next, and then the next. And it makes you wonder. It forecasts an idea into the future that is encased, I think, in a geometry that gives one the sense that they could go on forever. It gives them a sense of immortality. That's what the capital A does. I don't know. I was just watching these videos about being in the right, frequency, zone of frequency, so you can feel the vibrations of the planet, you can feel topics that are coming up, you can feel the vibration of things. And I felt really kind of inert to that. I felt like this person was living in a sensitivity to the world that I had, had at one point, but not in the same fashion as this guy. And it just seemed like his superpower. And I subscribed to him, but I can't remember his name now. Like Jack something. Jack the something. Anyway, perhaps more painting, less talking. I'm doing an oil lake so Sharon can bring his guest across, not the river Styx, but this oil lake. I was thinking somehow changing it into a river, but kind of want it having its own internal meaning to the painting. Sometimes painting, the act of painting, feels so sensuous, and other times it feels so out of place. I think my brush that I'm using is too small. Another video I have to preview before I'll make public. Anyway, so object A, by his very name, showed his pretensions towards Lacan, and he seems very well read in lots of areas, so kudos to him, or whoever it may be. I always fantasize that it's somebody that I know when I know that it's not anybody that I know. I mean, in person, in a personal history. An impersonal history, that is. So, some people would never understand that Lacanian point of view. They would never separate the A's because they would never classify the A's. And I thought, this is a bit like generative grammar. This is a bit like Chomsky taking these A's and then kind of rolling dice with them, and not rolling dice with them, but utilizing them as a means to make a practical generative grammar for computers and linguistics. So, I mean, Chomsky's credited with that. This is definitely all wrong. I mean, I need it black, but I'm going about it, it seems like, the wrong way, the slow way. There's reason for this, folks. If I appear slow, there's reasons for that, folks. Man, I got a wife beater on, I ain't got no wife. Eh. Do I want to record this? Somehow, you'll think it's funny, Mike, upon watching it again. Perhaps. That's all we can hope for, is to entertain ourselves in the future. I'm sure glad I did that. That sure made all the difference in the world. And by the way, if anybody wants to donate to the Das Pook channel, I'm not accepting donations at the time. But them dare appreciate that. So Variablast is still posting his attempt to niggerize the N-word by making it mean human. And I sat there and I thought, is this a bunch of white people that think that all the other races are slowly coming to get them and they're going to wipe them out off of the planet, off of the face of the planet? And so this is like going out into the world and trying to appease them. Like, look, even though, we enslaved you and, that's a great deal of your history, we've made plenty of amends, and now we're even going to take that awful word and we're going to make it seem like it's God, I don't want to post this video. Maybe I'll say something that'll change my mind later on. Anyway, so it's like he's out trying to talk him up and put something on the record as kind of a form of redemptive guilt, or I'm not sure. I guess I'm having a hard time reading the historic motivations behind Variablast, so I don't really understand him. Not entirely. So he's an enigma. I suppose what he's doing, if he got his way, would be, beneficial. I just no. Dear Nighted Owls, Mike Fiddle has lost his mind. Do report. So I have Sharon here in a black cloak, crossing a black river or a black lake. That's not going to stand out so nicely. Damn it, man. Damn it. Why can't you just fix it as you go along? I don't know, man. I don't know. Leave me alone. Ah. Can't make up your mind, man. You're in hell, man. Can't make up your mind, man. You're in hell, man. Hell, man. You're in hell, man. Can't make up your mind, man. Can't make up your mind, man. Put you in a frying pan, man. Well, oh, the other thing I noticed is this guy's conversation, this Jack guy's conversation, was so enlightening and everything. It left me with a sense of I just wouldn't even know how to comment on it. And I sat there and I thought, wow, I wonder whether or not people, for the most part, who don't comment on my videos but watch my videos, whether or not they, enjoy them. I mean, I guess they enjoy them enough to watch them. That's the, I don't know. It's I just got to keep painting this leg. And it's one of the most boring things to paint on camera. That's why I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to keep this video private because it doesn't go anywhere. Because I would like to speak of Lacan, but I haven't read Lacan, so I can't really speak of Lacan. But I got a quick synopsis of an idea, and it related highly to spirituality, to having that sense of the greater and greatest over your own personal Godhead that's there and present. And here he is publicly stating that he's on his way out, supposedly doing a leaving Las Vegas style rampage, wherever he is. If he is in Vegas, I don't know. I'll have to reread the comments to figure that out. But nevertheless, a leaving Las Vegas style lifestyle, which is, I guess, running himself into a complete self-obliteration. And that didn't seem kosher by me. Not with those great comments. Not with that teachability. I was thinking of getting Eric Orwell in a conversation with me because I wanted to talk to him about his desire to get off the grid and create a church and do something self-sufficient. And then talk to him about his religiosity, about Christ consciousness, and where he thinks it's stemming from, and how it's coming about, and who has it, and who does not. Who does not. Uh-oh, there's a mean parent outside, yelling at her child. Shut up, you fucking punk. Yeah, maybe this could just be a video for the enjoyment of painting. Sometimes I just love listening to neighbors. I just love people listening. Did you guys know that Taylor Swift moved to New York City? That's all the reason why I want to go to New York City now. This could be considered a series of the most embarrassing films by Dawson people. Okay, and then I wanted to paint the fire woman. Who I think I came in contact with the fire woman. I think I had a date with her. So I avoided that one nicely. Anyway, so So in the process of painting this, I got kind of sad that I actually added the bottom half of the purple to this main guy, because I actually was enjoying the color field as just the drawing itself was more pleasant to me than where I'm at currently with this painting. And I was at least more comfortable with it. Now I know I have to get in and figure everything out and get down to the nitty-gritty with every piece and everything. It's just that it becomes laborious, and you don't want to, get too tied up in a single image for too long. At least I don't. So that's when I'm like, okay, well, I don't really have much to say tonight. I need to get some painting done, and I told myself I was going to record this. And I did cheat, and I painted all this red in, but that's when I had a preliminary conversation with Piro, and that lasted long enough to paint that red in. And so I went ahead and did that, and it got done. And now I need to still work on it. It's like everything needs to be painted 4 times, maybe 5 times. Everything needs to be painted 5 times before it's completed. That might be the big secret. There we go. Let's get the witchy poos. There we go. Okay. What else is black? The coffee maker's black. And why is there a coffee maker in hell exactly? Well, strictly because LDS people don't drink coffee. They find it impure, and I sat there and I thought about it, and I thought, well, number one, as a wild creature, as a wild animal, we don't drink hot water. We drink cold water, and coffee's hot. And then symbolically, you don't want to drink black water. You'd want to drink white water. You'd want to drink milk and eat honey, the land of milk and honey. So coffee is kind of on the proverbial shit list. But who cares about that? The upper level of this hell is actually more earthy, symbolic-y than it is hellish, but I'm placing it down here anyway. It's supposed to be like the easiest going kind of kids Lego hell that you could walk through. At least that's kind of the aim of what I'm envisioning. But it's also an adult hell, like all the symbols are real and alive and relative to some dark meaning. But who am I here to butter up? I can't butter people up on my paintings. That's not what I'm trying to do anyway. What is it you're trying to do? Keep open for the most part. Keep open. Don't close any doors on anything just yet. The jury's out on too many things. But this firewoman, she was exceptional. She was hardworking and pretty well to do, and just seemed like an all around good woman in a lot of ways. In some other peculiar way, the way she made her money was kind of not questionable, but modern, in that she made it through multi-level marketing, which has always been interesting to me as a phenomenon. Hence the inception of Clown Cash, but that hasn't been built just yet. And I'm not certain it'll ever be built. Dun, dun, dun. Yep. Well, boy, we got to roughly a half hour. Put some black on. At least I got a little bit of painting done. I should get a little bit of painting done every day. I gotta get a med refill tomorrow. I'm all psyched about that. Let's see who left me a message. Good Tom. Swamp love and fresh powder. It's all a good time. Right on. Okay. I guess, you know, making a video where I'm talking out loud about subjective stuff is probably not the best way to communicate. Yeah, how to talk about the human other and then talk about an ideal other. That's what's in question. I still need to formulate a theory of geometry through symbolic forms, or look for something like that. It's probably in occult sections or occult books, but I'd like it to be a little bit more grounded in philosophy, but I'm just not certain philosophy stems in that direction just yet. Okay, well, I guess I can go on for a half hour. I was going to paint brown in there, but I'm just not up for it right now. Probably because I don't have a mode of what to speak about. And, you know, and I'm not really certain that I will next time either. That's the bummer. That's the bummer of it all. That's the trick. That's the bummer. That's the way it goes. It's the way it rolls out. It's the way the future is. It just keeps on coming. It just comes no matter whether you're ready for it or not. How to come at the second half of life with the second greatest sense of hope. That's the question.